people as human cattle. You take them as human cattle, and that's what Africans in America are today, basically. Human cattle, even from even from the finest athletes to these rap stars. Whoever you want to. They're all controlled cash cows. They're three C's. They're all controlled cash cows, and if any of them step out of line, then um, they're whatever can happen. If we're not together, but we must understand the whole mechanism of control that has been placed upon us, and why. You know, um, if we don't understand history, and that's why I say I'm so big on history, because if we don't understand history and American law as well, American law as well, then we won't be able to get the elementary techniques of balancing ourselves as a race and getting ourselves back, because history is just like your life. History, your life is your history. That's why I say history is just like your life. Your life is your history. You know, and when and your life is your history. So it's just like we all know that they say the word history comes from his story or whatever. But it's mainly about you know if you want to really kill a man, if you really want to kill a man, then you don't worry about the body. You bury his story. You understand? You bury his story. You know, and and just imagine, if heaven forbid, when you pass, someone twists up your story and someone twists up your life story, and someone takes your achievements and claims them as their own, and puts in books and all these things, and leads on to a new land where he takes all of your accomplishments and all your inventions and things of this nature, and he claims them as his own. And also, not only does he take your inventions and your accomplishments and carbon copies them as his own, but he also depicts you as depicts you as a savage, you know depicts you as a savage heathen that deserve to die and deserve to not live in this nature. This is exactly what's happened to Africans in America, and whether they're not um, aware of it or not, still remains. Still remains. But the main thing is everything is out there. Everything is out here for them to know who they are. And the movie 12 Years a Slave is very important for people to go see. I understand how black people may feel. Oh yeah, why they keep on showing us as slaves and all these things. But it's very key to understand mind control. You can understand mind control through the media within these last several years, and you can learn so much if we have our eyes open. And in 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 the movie Django, just as recent as the movie Django, is the first time that they ever featured the Holy Bible in a slave movie. You understand? And this is why I'm so hard on religion. This is why I say, everything is out here today. They put it all out there. The first slave movie that they ever featured the Bible in was Django. Now imagine, if they would have put the Holy Bible in Roots, if they would have featured the Holy Bible in Roots, you know, these are this is essential. These are essential questions. Imagine if they would have put the Holy Bible in Roots. Imagine how our people would deal with religion. Imagine how much more careful we be. And so this is the mind control going on by Hollywood. You understand? So and now if we don't have a thorough understanding of our ancient culture, which Christianity and Islam and all these things were drawn out of. That's why my religion is Africa. My religion is Africa. All of the world's religions were all of the concepts were drawn out of Africa. You know, the first four books in the Bible came out of Africa. There are only four books of Jesus. You know, the Holy Bible is nothing without Jesus. The Holy Bible is a bloody war and a bloody war book without Heru, the prophecy of Heru. Heru is an African prophecy. You know, the simple fact that all of so many of the concepts in the Bible. That's why I say concepts and I don't say the stories in the Bible or anything. But so many of the concepts in the Holy Bible came off the walls in ancient Kemet. You know, came off the walls in ancient Egypt. Well, that's what people call it today, Egypt, but the real name is Kemet. You know, and the key thing is every time you hear people talk about Egypt, they always just talk about Egypt as if it's not in Africa. You know, as if Egypt stands alone as some kind of continent by itself. No, Egypt is in Africa and it's Africans. And people need to understand that everything that went in the Bible, so many things that went in the Bible and the Quran, you know, and all these things came straight off the walls of Egypt, and African people wrote that. African people scribed those things on the wall. You understand? The Judgment Day is on the wall. You know, the story where Jesus was fishing and there was so many fish that, you know, that he had to call other fishermen over. You know, so many things on the wall. Adam and Eve on the wall, basically. But see, so many of the Bible concepts were turned completely backwards, and you have to understand the people that were behind pushing the Bible and, you know, carbon copying this story. You have to understand that King James was a homosexual and he hated women so much that he killed his own mother. You know what I'm saying? And even to the fact that the original story of Adam and Eve, which was Enki and Ninti, you know, and Enki, which of course was the man, you know, Adam, whatever, you know, walking through the garden, and he ate some herbs, you know, and he got sick, you know, and his woman came and she gave him the fruit of life, you know, the fruit of knowledge and wisdom, you know, and the fruit of life or whatever, you know, and she brought him back to life. So, you know, Europeans took this whole story and turned it backwards, you know, and they made the fruit evil and they made Eve evil, you know. So all because, just like I say, King James, a homosexual, was a huge influence behind getting the Bible established, the Holy Bible established. But we must have we must have we must have knowledge of our ancient culture and our ancient concepts of what was going on in the Bible. You know, and that's why I say, you know, do not throw the baby out with the bathwater. You know, just because the Bible was used as a slave manual, and it was used as a slave manual. You know, that's why I say 12 Years a Slave is so deep, and it's really a beautiful movie if you understand psychology, you know, because my favorite part, and it's probably my favorite part in Hollywood now, shit, you know, was the part in 12 Years a Slave where the slave master found out that the brother could read and write. You know, he found out that the brother could read and write, and he says, the devil done come among my niggas. You know what I'm saying? he says the devil done come among my niggas because the brother could read and write. So this shows you, you know, actually before when Europeans first encountered African Americans, they considered us the devil. Anything that was more advanced than Europeans was considered the devil, you know, and they always twisted the thing that, you know, this kind of way, you know, so much so to the point where in the Bible, you know, it says Satan was, you know, was the most beautiful angel, the angel of music, you know, wore all of these jewels and things like this, you know, and let's be honest, you know, black people have been the kings of music, you know, black people are a beautiful international people. We're not minorities in America, you know, we're a beautiful international people. There are black people everywhere across, you know, across the world, you know, and also it says, you know, Satan was dripped in all these, you know, had on all these jewels and all these things. And if you understand ancient Kemetic history, we were the ones that had all these jewels and all these things. And, you know, and, I mean, just look at the Congo now. You know, they're raping the Congo right now, raping Africa, period, as we speak. You know, and totally giving us this picture of Africa as if, you know, every time they show Africa on TV, they're showing, you know, poor children. They're showing tribes with big old rings in their lips and things like this, but they're never showing the beautiful cities in Africa. They don't never show them killing off Africans. So many things going on, so many things going on. But that's why it's very important for people to just go to really just seek. Go and seek for themselves, and for people to understand, and that just the movie 12 Years a Slave. Like I said, that's really a great movie, and people need to understand the mind control there. The simple fact that they didn't have, you know, the Bible in roots, but they'll come all the way, 20 some 30 some year, however long Roots been out to 2014. They'll come all the way in 2013 with Django and finally put the Bible in the slave movie. That's deep. That's very deep right there. You know, and black people in the church cannot ignore the things that I'm saying. Because I'm not speaking against the church. I'm speaking to the church. I would love to come back. I would love to be in the church. But first of all, we must understand that the true church is the true temple is your body. The true temple, the true first temple is your body. You have to go to the spiritual altar. You have to go to the spiritual altar, and you have to talk to self. You have to learn to go in and reprogram self, because we're in an era where if we don't understand that the mind, that the brain